What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this POV review by Autobahn. My name is Max, and today we are checking out another viewer's car. This is Dylan's VW Golf GTI MK7.5 Performance, and it has been modded quite a bit, so we're going to take a look at it, take it for a drive towards the Autobahn for an Autobahn blast, and see what this thing is all about, because we tend to love GTIs more than the Golf Rs, and the 7.5 is probably the last really good Golf, because the Mark 8 I'm not a really big fan of, even though the Club Sport is pretty good. But still, the 7.5 feels a lot lighter, weighs like 1310 kilos dry, and that just means that in essence it's a better hot hatch. This performance version gains a couple of things that make it even better. You get 15 horsepower extra compared to the regular one, so 245. You get bigger brakes at the front, 340mm discs, and you get a mechanical limited slip diff at the front, which those three things should make this the most desirable Golf 7.5. So all black car with a lot of red accents, of course, smoked front lights as well, little spoiler lip at the front, and then we've got these Pretoria wheels. Dylan actually got these on the car, and these are like a dark gold basically, so it has a gold flake in there, but if it's in the shade it's basically a black wheel, but then when the sun hits it, it turns into this like copperish dark brown gold color. Really cool. 340mm discs at the front, as I said, perforated Brembo discs and pads, and then we've got these Hankook Ventus S1 Evo 3 tires. Quite a good tire. GTI badge. What else? We're going to do a quick walk around. You guys have seen Golfs on our channel so many times. We've got a full Miltech exhaust, a TCR diffuser, a little roof spoiler as well that Dylan installed, and then check out the engine. As I said, stock 245 horsepower, 370 newton meters of torque, but this one has been tuned, and we've got an R600 intake. I'm guessing a different downpipe as well, because it has 330 horsepower apparently, around 330, and 500 newton meters of torque. So a nice upgrade from 245, actually a very nice upgrade. And as you know, we love it when cars have just a little bit too much power, and that's the case with this one. So you still have to manage the throttle, which I always like, because that means that you're actually engaged in driving it. Whereas in a Golf R, I mean, you can put like 400 horsepower in there and still it grips all the time. So yeah, I like that. GTI steering wheel as well, with a flat bottom, nice interior, very spacious, very practical, good seats, very supportive, leather, actually very nice interior. Yeah. And then you have the screen in the center, which is much better than the new version in you get in the Golf R, Golf 8 I should say. And then yeah, you have like regular shortcuts on the side. You have a physical volume button. I like this, and you have physical climate below that. Again, I think I said this in a Cupra review recently. This is like peak automotive infotainment, if you ask me. Physical buttons for the most important things, like your traction, the parking brake, the whatever. You know what I mean. Your heated seats, and then you have all your info here, but still you have a couple shortcuts and a physical volume. This is it. This is the best version, I think. So let's start it up. It is quite loud, but I quite like this exhaust setup, because yeah, there are some sheep right there, so I'm not going to rev it, but you will hear it. It sounds nice and dark. It's not like tin canny sound, you know, it's a good dark sound. All right, so DSG gearbox, also available with a manual, but I think most people went for the DSG because, you know, as a daily GTI, I think that just makes sense. So let's turn off traction control. Press and hold until you hear a beep. Manual for the gearbox. as you can hear, it's like a dark sound, a deep sound. And then of course you get the big bang on the upshift. Baby cows. The only downside is that you sometimes also get that DSG fart when the traction control starts interfering, which weirdly enough it still interferes when it's completely turned off. So I have everything off right now, but if I go to first gear and just floor it, see, still have a blinking light. That is kind of weird. So I don't think it is actually off. And if it starts interfering, you get that fart. So it can be a bit much. But I think the sound is pretty good. It's not too loud. So yeah, good job on that actually. Other than that, it is a GTI, it is a VW, so yeah, the steering is pretty dead around the center. But as soon as you get it in there, it kind of does what you expect it to do. Of course, you have front wheel drive. It's quite a light car. 1310 is like, to today's standards, really light. And that, you feel that. It is just an easy car to chuck around. And the combination between daily usability and still, you know, a fun little edge is quite a good one. That, of course, is why this car is so successful. And then, because we've gotten used to the stock power like a while ago, it's always nice to drive a tuned one, because to me this feels like what this car should have at the base, like 300 horsepower. That is when this car starts being fun. There's a fun little edge to it, but it never really entertains, right? It's just a very good all-rounder. But that also means that it's never super fun. And that is something Dylan also experienced, because he bought this car in January and he told me that he's already kind of done with it and doesn't really know what to do with it anymore and is not really entertained by it enough. So he's already looking for something else. And I think that goes for a lot of people who are looking for something fun. This kind of, you know, you kind of get the trick. You get the trick of the DSG fart and the DSG gearbox in general and the power delivery, and then you're kind of done with it. But that doesn't mean that it stops being a really competent daily driver. I think that's how you should see this car. It's a practical hatchback that you can use every day. It's fast, it looks good. I think the 7.5 GTI might be the best looking Golf. So yeah, it still has all of those things. But if you are looking for something to really have fun with on a B road, I'm not sure this is it. But before we hit the Autobahn, let me show you petrol vibes. These things, you've seen them before on our channel. We absolutely love them. We've got them here in the workshop. We've got them in the sim room upstairs as well. This is the Ford GT. As you can see, we have it against this wooden wall now, so you have a different effect compared to the wall upstairs. But these things are amazing. The design is great. They are laser cut from steel, and you can have a custom design of your own car as well, which is mega. They also now have different versions available. So they have a neon one, which is backlit, looks super cool. They have a standing one, which is a bit smaller for your desk or something like that. They also have a frame with different angles, and for some cars they also have a front or rear angle or a top angle available. But go check out petrolvibes.com for all the different versions. Again, you can make one of your own car as well. Just send in a pic and they will make a design of your specific car with your accessories. Looks super cool. And use code AUTOTOPNL10 for a 10% discount. Enjoy the video. Also in manual mode, I've got it in manual mode right now, full throttle. I'm not shifting, in auto upshifts in manual mode. There we go. which is a shame. I think you should still be able to hit the rev limiter in manual mode. So full throttle, top speed should be around 280 kilometers an hour with this power, but we'll see how far we will get today. It also depends on the wind and the traffic, of course, but still it's, you know, relatively quiet, it's comfy, and we don't even have like any driving modes or adaptive dampers or anything like that. So this is it, and it's actually pretty good. 100 to 200 we did 11.9 seconds, which is pretty decent. It's around the same time as a Mark 8 Golf GTI Club Sport or a BMW M140i, so yeah, that's actually pretty respectable. To 100, 6.2 for the stock car. We did 5.6. Should be able to do that quicker, but it's, you know, managing wheel spin, yeah, not really important with this car, I think, because the moment you add power, it also becomes more difficult to get a quick 0 to 100. So 5.6 is actually also pretty good. Picks up well though, it actually feels pretty good. So, turn around. That's pretty decent. So that limited slip really helps. It just hooks up that front end. Is that an 812? Yeah. He's going on the Autobahn. Let's go. Pak hem. Look at that. That is a beautiful spec. SF812, that is a cool license plate. Yeah, no, he's not going anywhere. So that's it. We're going to give the car back to Dylan. Thank you, Dylan, for taking the car to us. Really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed watching your car on our channel. To you guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. You can subscribe by clicking the big button in the middle. You can also check out this video, this playlist, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye.